Hello there, NBA 2K online ranked. Can't you just hear my excitement? Doing my defensive adjustments, doing them all manually. None of that D-pad crap. No sir, I'm old school. I do as much as I possibly can manually. Or as far as not using any shortcuts, I should say. You can't guard everybody on the court manually or on ball right away because sometimes you're just a little bit slow on switching, and sometimes it's more practical to let the CPU initially initiate the defense, then take over. But I try to be as hands-on as humanly possible. Since it's so easy to get into the paint in this game, might as well have bodies in there when they drive, and who cares about crashing the boards in this game with the heinous transition defense. I'd love to hear some of these so-called sim sports critics find me a basketball team at any level that plays transition defense like it's played in this game. But anyhow, I actually played a couple of sim-style gamers in random games today, which was shocking. Wish I recorded those games instead of wasting film on this nonsense that you'll see, but what the heck. What I really want to do is talk about some playoffs, some Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals. Eventually, people are going to have to come to the realization, whether they like it or not, that the San Antonio Spurs are the best team in the NBA. You can have LeBron and D. Wade, KG, Pierce, Rondo, Durant, and Westbrook. The Spurs just play basketball. No divas, no drama queens, no soap opera storylines and locker room shenanigans. They just execute. Everyone knows their role. They know what they're supposed to do. They're impeccably coached. They're versatile. They can play pretty much any style. And I believe that they are the most complete team in the NBA. I think the Spurs will win the Western Conference and get to the NBA Finals. I believe it'll be a home court series. I believe it's going to go 7 games.
They just want teams to have to shoot from the outside.
Because there's going to be games where Durant is just impossible. And Oklahoma City has a very strong home court. So I see them winning their fair share of home games and stealing a road game at some point. Just a stupid attempt there by me. But as far as the Eastern Conference goes, we got what most people wanted to see. We have, well, I wanted to see Heat and the Bulls, but unfortunately Derrick Rose's ACL snapping took care of that. So we get to see the Miami Heat and the creaky old men. Don't really know what to make of the Celtics, because here's the thing with the Celtics. You just don't know when they're going to show up and look like old men. And it can happen at any time. But they also have this knack of being able to turn back Father Time when it's most desperately needed and do what they need to do to get the job done. But I'd like to see it because let me get this out of the way first of all. I'm a LeBron hater. Don't like LeBron James. It's not really LeBron James' fault that I don't like LeBron James. But
like you said, they want the game to continue to go and get in that rhythm.
I'm not a fan of how he's been anointed as the next great one in line when he hasn't earned it yet. Right now LeBron James is a great regular season player. He's had his moments in the postseason. He's been to the finals twice, but we've seen LeBron James shrink from the big moment in ways that we haven't seen the all-time greats like Jordan, Bird, Magic, Isaiah, even Isaiah Thomas do. I mean, those guys were known for being great players who elevated their greatness when it was most desperately needed. And LeBron just might not have that in him. The thing with LeBron is, I think LeBron thought that this would be easy. I think that in his mind, he believes that he thought that he'd have at least one ring, maybe a couple by now. And he didn't think it would be this hard to get it done. Which is why I think this whole Wade, LeBron, Bosh thing was orchestrated to begin with. Because in LeBron's mind, he has Wade, who's done the heavy lifting before, to do it for him. And he can just kind of assert himself if need be. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if LeBron ends up playing for a third team at some point in his career, because, I mean, can you really say that the Heat are a no-doubt slam dunk favorite to win a title this year? I don't believe you can. The Celtics can certainly play with them on their best day, just a matter of how much gas is in the tank. Would the Heat be definitive favorites against the Spurs? I don't think so. Would they be against the Thunder? They'd probably be a slight favorite, but it wouldn't be, a colossal upset if the Thunder beat them. I just think that they're too top-heavy. You have LeBron and Wade. Who knows about Bosh? Chalmers has shown himself to have the ability to have some big moments in the postseason. Battier is certainly a solid wing defender, solid role player, but I just think they're not diverse or deep enough. They're very, very top-heavy. They get next to nothing out of their bench on most nights. And if Wade and LeBron aren't playing at 1,000,000 miles an hour and logging big-time minutes, how do they score? Where do they go to, for points when things bog down other than those two? Good pick and roll there, good screen. You are allowed to take mid-range jump shots in NBA 2K. People play this game as if they think it's against the rules to do so. No paint pounding for you, buddy. Cutting that stuff off. He's covered by Ginobili. No, sir.
Clark, you know all about this Indiana team being in their front office, dead last in attendance last season.
And look at this heinous defense. Good Lord.
Fans, but the team gave the diehard fans something to care about with the playoff experience.
My take on the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe the Heat will win it in 6, maybe fewer, possibly 5. And I believe the Spurs will beat the Heat in 7 games and be your NBA champion. And it will... Well, Tim Duncan doesn't need to cement anything. Tim Duncan is an all-time great, but it'll elevate Tony Parker and Ginobili to that next level.
He's got a nice touch on that shot.
People don't understand how great Manu Ginobili is. Manu Ginobili is a great player. Not good, not merely a bench player. He's the third best two-guard in the NBA. You have Kobe, D. Wade, and you have Ginobili. The thing about Ginobili plays like 20 minutes a game. But make no mistake, the guy is a friggin' star. Period.
Double-digit ball game.
And what do we have here? We have a 16-5 game.
One-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway.
We've denied this guy paint pounding. We see the old full court press.
He's covered by Collison.
And uh-oh, we have the countdown. Looks like he's done. So that is my thoughts on the opening of the conference finals. I'm going to go back and watch the second half of Game 1, Spurs and Thunder, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
So many times I should have taken back this moment. These words I spoke, I know it. Now I can see clearly, I folded. I shouldered too much weight, I hold it. Too much pain, and it destroyed me. And then rebuilt me, and now it can feel me. It follows me everywhere I go, but it can never break me now, I know.